there, I'm Lisa Doyle with Sereno Real Estate here in the East Bay, and welcome to our Monday market update report. So I've got some good data to share today. You know, people are watching the market very closely right now with things being so heated in our East Bay. I mean, I have to say, I've been in the business here for 34, almost 35 years, and I've seen a lot of good markets in my, over 3 decades. But this is one that I have not seen anything quite like this. So if you are planning to sell a home, boy, I think we will look back on this window of time as the opportunity to seize for sure. And of course, it's great for buyers too because you still get historically low rates. I heard someone quote yesterday, interest rates down almost to 2% again. A few lenders are offering that. So for this short period of time, you still got that chance to get a super low rate. So here we are with our data on the East Bay. And I always want to explain, we consider the East Bay a pretty big area. The property between that Livermore Mountain House area all the way down to 580, all the way down to 680 past Pleasanton, Clayton, Danville, San Ramon, all the way to Martinez, the La Miranda corridor, all the way down Walnut Creek, Clayton, Concord, Clayton. So it's a pretty broad area and a very low inventory right now. And so, supply and demand is always the number one indicator of value or indicator of what could see as rising prices. And we're just seeing the market continue to be less inventory, more demand. So right now in our entire East Bay, there's 520 active listings. A month ago, we had 650 active listings. And right now there's 870 pending. So market conditions continue to be very, very heated. And one of the statistics that I think is really interesting to watch, because each of us realtors, we track houses that receive multiple offers versus homes where they just accept an offer with one offer. A month ago, 63% of all the East Bay houses were pending with multiple offers. Right now, as of this last week, all of the houses pending, 96% received multiple offers. So we're just seeing a continual pressure on the prices. Highest sale in our area was a property on El Pintado here in Danville, almost a 12,000 square foot house, pending at just under $6 million. I do understand it went over that. 11,000 square feet, one of our larger homes here in our Danville area. And what's interesting is I want to dive deep on just a couple of cities right now. The hottest areas are generally, consistently, San Ramon and Dublin, and this week is no different. Right now, there's only 34 active listings in San Ramon and 71 that are pending. Dublin, only 29 active listings and 72 pending. So I have never seen anything like this. A couple of years ago, you would see 200 active listings in San Ramon, 180 active listings in San Ramon, which San Ramon's not a very big area, but 34 houses, and that's every price range, and actually 14 of those are just coming. So there's just very little availability, which is, of course, what we're seeing with our prices. And so people always ask me, when is the best time to sell a home? If I'm a home seller and I'm planning to sell a home, when is the best time? And I would tell you, it's not as much about the time of year, the calendar year, as it is about supply and demand. So for instance, given that we've got the highest demand and lowest supply ever, and as long as I have been tracking the market, which is, like I said, almost 35 years, this is the most demand and low supply that I've ever seen. So if you're thinking about selling, now's a great time. I wouldn't hesitate. I wouldn't wait. Next year we're likely to see interest rates creeping up. One of the things that we've been told by the Federal Reserve is they're going to ease up on the purchasing of, the securities, which that tends to cause interest rates to stay low. They've been putting a lot of pressure on rates to stay low. Mortgage-backed securities, when the Fed purchases those in high demand or in high numbers, that puts pressure on rates to stay low. So I would just say to you, interest rates next year are likely to creep a little bit. That's worse for buyers and worse for sellers. If you come on the market now with a buyer pool that we have, or any time in the next few months, the buyer pool is just very high. So one last thing that I want to share with you is something that we've seen in the market, and I like to use my Monday market updates to give you guys information, share with you what's going on. We have seen such an influx of investors just flooding the market, basically trying to capture your equity. And I'll give you an example. I've had many clients approached in the last month or two, homes that we've been selling, where people have been approached by investors who say, I'll close the escrow 2 weeks, I'll pay you all cash, it's as is, no costs, no stress, no worry. The challenge is they are, of course, in the market to make a profit. So of course the prices that they pay are under market. I've had a couple of people that were offered figures which they turned down. The average seller netted $146,000 more than what the investor offered, even after costs and the improvements and everything else. $146,000 for 1 month of time. I would just tell you to make sure you investigate what your house is really worth before you take an investor's offer. They are in this for a profit, and they are taking your profit, your hard-earned profit, and making it their own. That should not be something that they get to do. Your profit should be yours. You're the only one that should celebrate your profit. I just want to give you guys that heads up. If you have any questions, though, call me. Analyze the numbers. If you want to take an investor's offer, it's something for you to look at, but at least compare what you think, what the actual numbers could look like. You guys take care, stay well. I'm Lisa Doyle with Sereno here in the East Bay, and I look so forward to helping you guys. And call me with any questions. Take care.